Around to release the field. The light is on. Tell Me Something Girl, the inside. Goldie's Power stands up well in the centre. Stellar Reach marking time. Racing, good break. Tell Me Something Girl off the inside began fast with Ma Dancer and My Little Viking. Detroit Girl is going forward but going to be trapped deep onto that first corner. They're followed by Stellar Reach, then would have been Goldie's Power, the uprising at the tail of the field. Onto the first corner, Ma Dancer finds the front, leads a length clear. Detroit Girl is second. Tell Me Something Girl third, the inside from My Little Viking. They're followed then by the uprising, getting well back, starting the run down the side of the field. Side of the course would have been Stellar Reach, and Goldie's Power is at the tail end of the field. They run to the 600 metre point, and Ma Dancer, a narrow leader from Detroit Girl, the outside, and three deep up attacking now is the uprising. Back behind them, Tell Me Something Girl. They're followed by My Little Viking, and behind them Stellar Reach as they run to the point of the corner. It's close and compact in front. Ma Dancer just the leader. Detroit Girl popped the question. Behind them, Tell Me Something Girl, My Little Viking, Stellar Reach down the outside. Stellar Reach out wide is coming with a run with Tell Me Something Girl. My Little Viking, Tell Me Something Girl struck the front, drew away and scored. Tell Me Something Girl beat My Little Viking. Third a photo between on the inside Detroit Girl, then would have been behind those runners Stellar Reach pulling up Ma Dancer, the uprising, one of the last runners to get home with Goldie's Power. Tell Me Something Girl is the winner. She sat just back off the pace, got the gap at the top of the straight and has gone away and won well. Number 10, Tell Me Something Girl, you'll find the winner. Second home goes to 4, which was My Little Viking. And third home in the event you'll find will be the short priced elect number 11, which was Detroit Girl. So our numbers here 10, 4 and 11 after the running of race number 1. Any margins or time?
Time of 1:11.04.
Mm-hmm.
1.5 lengths by a half a length.
No worries. What was fourth?
Fourth was number 6, Stellar Reach.
Okay, our numbers are up here after the running of the event. 10, 4, 11 and 6. 10, 4, 11 and 6. Winner number 10, Tell Me Something Girl, defeating number 4, which was My Little Viking. Third home in the event going to number 11, which was Detroit Girl. Fourth home over the line was number 6, which was Stellar Reach. Okay, the winner of the event, number 10, which is Tell Me Something Girl, a 3-year-old bay filly owned by Mrs. J. White, C. Green, D. Patterson, M. Green, and the Tipperton Racing Syndicate, managed by Miss MSR Kennedy, trained by Dale White of Rockhampton, and ridden in the event by Nikki Olzard. Second home in the event goes to number 4, which was My Little Viking, a 4-year-old bay mare owned by A. Tuddy, trained by Mark Cochran of Rockhampton, ridden by Chris MacGyver. Third home in the event goes to number 11, which was Detroit Girl, a 2-year-old brown filly owned by Mrs. K.M. Bond, trained by Clinton Taylor of Bersica and ridden by Warwick Satherley. Margins, it was 1.5 lengths by a half length, 1.5 by a half. Time of the event was 1:11.04. 1:11.04 was the time. As I said, a good performance there from Tell Me Something Girl. She settled just back off the pace in the early stages. Was pretty keen in the early stages. She settled just back off the pace, got the gap at the top of the straight, and has scored and scored well. Defeating My Little Viking, who also boxed on gamely over the concluding stages. And third home in the event, going to the short price select there, Detroit Girl. She was there poised to win there at halfway up the straight. Just found wanting a little over the concluding stages. As I said, margins 1.5 lengths by a half length, 1.5 by a half. The time 1:11.04. Just awaiting on the scales report to come through. As soon as we have that, we'll pass that down the line. Next event on this afternoon's card, race number 2. It's the Billawilla Plumbing Works Open Plate. It's over a distance of 1,200 metres and a field of 6 to go around in that event.